Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH after the rapid sell-off yesterday, which however is really good to see because first of all it helps us really to get some clarification on the wave count, and then it helps us to basically confirm the wave structure that we have been tracking for many weeks, which was here an unfolding wave 1, ideally to the upside, okay, into the region of around $2,200 plus. And then from that region, we have been watching now for a potential wave 2 pullback. So the risk for a wave 2 pullback has significantly increased. For anybody who's not really aware of what a wave 2 pullback is, it's typically one of the deeper retracements. Yeah, it's one of the waves that shakes a lot of people out. Okay, so we have a wave 1 to the upside, which can be an impulse or a diagonal. And then the pullback, the following pullback is typically then a wave 2. And in most cases, these are quite substantial. They can scare people out. That's typically what a wave 2 does. When a wave 2 occurs, it typically makes people assume the bear is back. And it typically means that a lot of leveraged positions get stopped out, which is fine. That's why we have stops. If we talk about liquidations, then they haven't used the stop. But it's all about having that stop, knowing when a wave 2 could start. And to be honest, the relevant support that I mentioned has to be used here for the wave 2 is 1676. So we are not even close. And not even sure if we actually get there. But it would be ideal to at least get into the yellow box, but even though in a bullish market environment, not even that is guaranteed. Okay, so I've added here to the chart a micro count, which suggests that the decline here was only an A wave. That's at least sort of my first take on this, that we have 3 waves down in wave A. We might now see a B wave. I haven't got enough price information to give you a target for B or anything. B waves actually don't really have targets. Now it's all about, can we see an impulse? If we see an impulse to the upside, then wave 2 is already finished, to be honest. Yeah, that is possible. It is already quite a sizable pullback. It's not strong enough to be a reliable wave 2 yet, but if we now see an impulse higher, and the price exceeds the $2,400 level, I have to assume that wave 2 bottomed. But for now, I would prefer a lower wave 2, a deeper wave 2, and that we're currently just working on the B wave, and then get a C wave in the coming days maybe. That's a process that could now take a few weeks. I mean, we'll see. It is actually something that could take us into the new year. It is hard to say at this stage. But if we're really dealing with a wave 2 after a wave 1 took basically a month, then yeah, it could be that this is taking us into the new year, ready for a January rally, okay? This is the setup many people were waiting for. This is where patience really comes in, and patience is key. Just sort of that kind of wave 2 pullback, right, that we wanted to see, because it helps us landmark the chart. It gives us always sort of it's like a lighthouse that gives you some orientation. So there are a few things that really help us get clarification on a wave count that we are tracking. The first one is an impulse. So if we get a proper impulse, then it helps us to determine where we are, in contrast to a diagonal, which is always messy. And the wave 2, if the wave count or the pullback is deep, it helps us also get some clarification, because we know that in most cases a wave 2 can be fairly deep. That's also why the support area is so far away. We have to give it that space if it needs it. And if that wave 2 happens, then we have some clarification if the move down is corrective at least. At the moment, it's all looking okay. Okay, it's not doing anything unusual or unexpected. So over the coming sessions, what I'd like to see is in this wave count in which the wave 2 comes lower, maybe a bit more of a pronounced B wave. That could even be a small rally. We have to assume that even the B wave could overshoot. It's hard to say, but they can do that. So just prepare yourselves for that mentally, and then the C wave down later. As we get more price data in, I will update the count. But don't forget, this could be wave 2. It's just not my primary. This would be the alternative. Again, I'm only tracking at this stage bullish scenarios. Certainly this break of micro support levels, which don't forget we wanted to see, indicates that wave 2 has started. Okay, and I explained to you in the last videos that it takes a break below 2000, where are we? 2220, yeah, to get really confirmation that wave 2 is unfolding. We had some micro support levels we were tracking, but I mentioned it only yesterday in the video that wave 1 basically completed its targets. We might get one more high, but don't bet on it. And essentially we want at this point micro support levels to fail. So hopefully that was a warning that reached you in time. And there isn't much more to add at this stage. We just need more price data now, have a little bit of patience to see if the price comes a little lower. And yeah, hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.